Hi guys, sorry I'm not there today, but thank you for being the wonderful humans that you are. Thank you Sutton and Pendergast for subbing for me. Today, you guys, what we're going to do is we are going to be setting up our experiment for the grass. So we are going to decide what it is that we are going to change. What's our independent variable going to be? You are going to write up a paragraph of like telling me what is the problem, how are you changing your independent variable, how are you measuring your dependent variable, what units are you going to use, what are the things you are going to keep the same, and what do you think is going to happen. So that assignment you will find in Google Classroom, and I will show it to you in here in a moment. And then you will set up your experiment. You are going to make 2 bags for your experiment, one for the control, one for the experiment. I'm going to walk you through it. So let's go ahead and just get started. First, I just want to draw your attention to the topic today is the seed lab. Your assignment is to write the experiment. It is due at the beginning of class on Tuesday. The majority of 8th graders were able to finish this assignment during class time. So if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will finish and you will be fine. And it'll be fine. You won't have homework. But if for some reason you don't finish in class, it is homework. I do want it turned in on Tuesday. So, all right, let's start on page 8 where you wrote your warm-up today. So the warm-up was just like, what background information do you know about plants or seeds? And so what I would like to do is write some background information. Sorry, here we go. Page 8. Page 8, underneath our warm-up, we are going to write background info. Okay, and so I'm sure that some of you have things to share. So go ahead, pause my video. And Miss Pendergast, if you just want to call on these guys and ask them what they know about plants, that would be awesome. If you guys could come up with like at least four different things you know about plants, that would be delightful. Share out, and then we're going to continue with some notes. So go ahead and press pause. Okay. Good job. I bet you came up with lots of good things. Hopefully somebody said something like, I don't know, photosynthesis, right? All plants do photosynthesis. If you didn't write that down, write it down. I bet somebody said water. I bet somebody said plants need carbon dioxide. That is CO2. Maybe you said sunlight. I don't know. All right. I bet it was good. Thank you. Okay, on page 9, we're going to take some very quick notes because there are 2 vocab words that I need to make sure you all know the difference between. Okay, the first is control group. And this word group is important, right? We've talked about controls being things we keep the same in an experiment. The control group is a baseline, so you have something to compare your experiment to. So this is a baseline. So today, in your experiment, you are going to choose what you are going to change, whether it's temperature or light, amount of water, and you're going to compare how what you changed compares to your control group. So all of us in here are going to make a control group bag. And so that will be like the normal bag. We will all set it up the same. So you have something to compare to. Okay, the other bag we will call our experiment group. And the experiment group is the bag that is going to contain the independent variable. And how many independent variables should you have? Shout it out. Good, I heard it. You should only have one. And the reason that's important is because if you change more than one thing from your experiment group to your control group, you don't know if it's the amount of water or the amount of sunlight that changed it to grow differently, that caused it to grow differently. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I'm going to show you guys is the assignment that you will find in a moment on Google Classroom. Don't get your computers out yet. I'm going to show it to you first. It looks like this. Okay, so what you guys are going to do today is you are going to think about what is it that you are going to change between your two bags. Okay, so you're going to have your control group. It's going to have a paper towel and 5 pipettes of water and 10 seeds in it. Your experiment group, you're going to change something. You could change the amount of water. So if this one has 5 pipettes, you could put 10 pipettes in your second bag or 1 pipette. You could change the temperature. In the front of the room, you will see there are 2 coolers. The one on the left side of the TV is a cold cooler. The temperature is about 40 degrees. The one on the right is a warm cooler. The temperature is about 90 degrees. Okay, so you could put your bags in either the cold or the hot and see how that compares to your control. If you want them to grow in the dark with no light, there's a bin on the back counter under the window. Everybody look, see it? It says blue for dark. If you want your bin, your seeds to not get any light, put them in there. And then at the end of class today, somebody very responsible like Charlie, you're going to take that bin and you're going to put it in the cabinet that's directly under it. You'll see there's 5 other bins from yesterday and this morning. So just put it in there, then it won't get any light. If you want your seeds to get light 24/7, put them near the lamps that are on the counter, and then I'm not turning those off. Okay, so right now, we're going to take like 5 seconds of quiet. Think to yourself, what is it you're going to change? Okay. Tell the person next to you, what are you going to change? Okay, so what you guys are going to do is you are going to open up your computers. You are going to go to Google Classroom. I already added you to my Google Classroom. And you are going to use your sentence frames on page 6 to tell me what is the problem that you are solving. If you look at those sentence frames, the first sentence I should see is the problem I am trying to solve, or the problem I am testing is, how does the amount of water, the amount of light, the temperature affect the growth of the grass seeds? Okay, you're going to tell me how you're changing it. You're going to tell me what you're measuring. You're going to tell me the units you are using. Trials, we talked about this last class. You have planted 10 seeds, or you're going to plant 10 seeds in each bag. So you're doing 10 trials, okay? And then what will you keep constant? There should be 3. 3 things you are keeping the same. You do have to scroll down under the rubrics. And then I want to know your hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen? This should be specific. I should be able to read this sentence and know exactly which bag you think is going to grow more than the other and why. Okay, so don't say like, I think the second bag, I think the new bag, I think the different bag. Like, I think the warmer bag, I think the bag with more water, I think the colder bag, I think the bag in the dark. Be specific so I can read just your hypothesis and know exactly what you think is going to happen. Okay? I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to work on writing this paragraph and your hypothesis. When the timer goes off, I'm going to stop you. The next slide is another video, and I'm going to walk you through how you're going to set up your bags, and then you're going to set up your bags. If you have more time after setting up your bags, then you can finish your paragraph. Okay? So, ready? Pull out your computers, go to Google Classroom, find the assignment, get started.